Good morning. Sorry. It is October 25th. It is Monday and it's 2021. It's crazy, how it blows me away how my life has changed. And just, I find myself out on a limb here, fully trusting God and just sitting in a spot that's, man, um, I have to make sure that I am tapped in, that I am on that path, that I am surrendered. Because this could go, if I don't have God, then I am, um, then it's all about me. And when it becomes all about me, that's when it all backfires. That's when everything goes, and when it becomes all about me. Um, and I don't want it to be about me. I want to, this whole. I feel like I don't even know. I think it's been 3 months I've been doing these videos, maybe longer. Um, I've been doing the videos from death to self for almost 6 months, but it might even be 4 months I've been doing these videos. It's crazy. Um, and I just, it's hard to think about. Uh, it's like a routine. Sometimes it's crazy to sit here and think about how every day I get up and I don't have a plan on what I'm going to talk about. It's just something that either comes to me the day before, that's a situation that happens the day before, like this, where I had somebody basically tell me that their opinion or their thought of my feedback was that I am sometimes dismissive. And that, I always throw out things that I do to produce the things in my walk or my spiritual life or my relationship with God, and what I do to get there. And, it was put out there as I was being dismissive of somebody else. And that's something that I have been guilty of. That is a history. I have a history of this, of dismissing others' struggles and being like, well, just do this, or why don't you just do this? Or I did this and you should do this. And so it was a, you know, I don't know if it was valid or not in that situation, but it was definitely something that got me to pay attention. Um, and it might have been valid, it might not have, and that's not so much the point. It's more so that I have to be aware that, am I making sure, as I talk about God, as I talk about what's going on in these individual things that, you know, God is working on through me, that I'm making sure that I know myself, because if I know myself and I am, confident that I'm not the one doing them, that it is nothing more than me putting myself in a position, by deliberately, with intention, giving him my mornings, giving him my time, surrendering to him, and giving him the things in my heart, the situations. If I continue to do that, it is me aligning with him, and it's his work. It's him doing the stuff, and it's him getting the glory. I have very little glory in the fact that I align myself with him. Um, and yeah, that is something I'm extremely proud of. I am so grateful that God has showed me how to do it, because I'm telling you, I didn't know. I spent 19 years fighting, struggling, trying to figure out how to live this Christian life, um, and trying to be all that, and every other, trying to be the best Christian I could be. And that's why I term the phrase is try less, surrender more, is because, uh, when it comes down to it, when I have to face a situation, or, when I come to a situation where I don't know the answer, or it is what it is, I'm like, okay, God, there you go. And I'm starting to just learn how to try less to be the guy to figure it out. And but I'm walking this line, and this it's I'm gonna face some things. Things are gonna come at me. I'm going to have some situations like this guy was saying, is that I'm going to face some testing, and I know it. I do face testing. You know, but because of, I can do all things. I can do all things through Him who strengthens me. I am content with where I'm at. I'm, I'm confident in Him, not myself. I'm confident in Him, and I really am learning how to be more and more confident in Him. And so when things happen, you know, he's teaching me how to be more empathetic and understanding. Um, and this whole deal from last night into this video is just learning how to make sure that it's not about me. I just got to be cognitively aware. And he's, and maybe there was something there. And I always believe there is, that he was just checking me, just being like, hey, just make sure it's about me and not about you. And so I have to be more cognitive and aware of that. And, um, and I have to be heightened, because, I've had people tell me that I have traits or tendencies of narcissism, which means it's all about me. And I think that was one of the reasons why people thought that I had a lot of the traits of narcissism, is because, which I don't necessarily agree with. I think there's some craziness in that, but there's some things in there that obviously I struggled with, which one of them was being all about me. And so, yeah, I have to make sure that I pick up my cross, surrender to Him, sacrifice to Him, and I do that today in this video. That's one way I do it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't, yeah, I'm finding relief. I'm starting to gain something out of, it's like a healing process. Um, you know, I would imagine others share with brothers and other Christians. For me, God has put me on display. God has put me out there to where I am sharing things. My healing comes from sharing things publicly, unfortunately. But fortunately, I'm grateful for it. It is not something I would suggest for everybody, but there's a process that God is leading me through. That there's foundational stuff here. I just don't think it needs to be on social media for everybody. I think that is, maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. I'm I feel like it was a consequence for some relapses, and not even a consequence. It was because of a consequence that God used it for the good. And how that all works out, I don't even know. I just sit here and go on it. I just literally live this life. Um, and I'm going to have some days where I'm going to screw up and I'm going to make some mistakes. And it's through this process of being humbled and being transparent that I check myself, or I don't even check myself. I get checked. The Holy Spirit convicts me. And then I have, this part of the surrender is when I get checked and I have to deal with something and I've screwed up or I sidestepped the main way. Because if I derail one step off, either I could step back on this path and keep going, or I can take another step off, and then sooner or later I'm off the path. This is a straight and narrow path. Yeah, I got a long ways to go. This is only the beginning. And so that's all I got for today. It's all about Him and it's not about me.